Hey folks, it's Mike with Chasing Trail. Just riding out here. This DRZ is a really fun machine. I just immediately have fun on it in a way I don't on the, neutral, that I don't on the Honda. The Honda's an awesome bike. I'm going to end up shitting on it today, but I don't mean it that the Honda's bad. I'm purely viewing this through my own personal lens of me riding. I'm not saying what bike's best for you. I'm just talking about me and what I like. The Honda might be a perfect bike for you. For me, if I don't worry about all the other things, that this is an older bike, I don't know its whole history, it's carbureted, blah blah blah, and I'm just riding it, this bike feels awesome. I love this thing. Only thing two things I don't like: the weight, obviously, and there's no getting around that. That's why I'm probably going to end up on a Euro bike anyway. And the front brake. The front brake is dog shit. I don't know if there's something up with mine. The brake pads look good, brake fluid's good. Maybe it needs those galfer pads and I've seen people put steel braided lines on it. Maybe those things would help. It just does not feel like this much stopping power. The back brake's fine. I'm on back brake right now, no issues. It locks up, no problem. But on the street, the front brake definitely does not have the stopping power I would like. Oh yeah, but oh shit! When you turn this throttle, it's fun. Oh yeah, I like this DRZ. Woo! I like this bright yellow banana some bitch. It's got some tractor factor. It's my first time coming out here on this. We'll see how the stock suspension holds up. I really would like to think that I wouldn't need to address it. First water bar will tell me yay or nay. I haven't turned the clickers or checked the preload or anything though, so there's definitely room for adjustment. I'm mostly just concerned with the spring rate and whether I will bottom it or not. It feels really nice just riding around over this stuff, so it'd be awesome if I could maintain this plushness without bottoming. We'll see. Back brake is awesome. Probably need bigger foot pegs too. I don't like how small these foot pegs are. It'll lug. The vibrations really are not bothersome to me, even on the street. There's a certain between low and mid-range RPM where it creates this thumping sensation, and I can feel it way down in my plums. Beyond that, the vibes are totally fine. Here comes the big water bar. This is the real test. Didn't bottom. I didn't hit the jump properly, but it did not bottom. Didn't bottom there either. We're good. We are good. I do not need to upgrade the suspension. Shit yeah.
Holy hell yeah.
So anyway, I have 3x3 mod and an FMF Q4 slip-on. Carb was tuned by the dealership. Feels perfect, runs perfect. I had thought I would maybe want to put a FCR pumper carb on it, but nah, not for the $900. This one feels fine. Don't need to adjust the suspension, so if I end up hanging on to this thing, and the way I'm feeling about it right now, that seems increasingly likely. Oh, this bike feels so good. I love it. I'm already in first gear. Okay, first gear is fairly tall. Whoa, shit sticks. Whew, that was dodgy. Oh, hit a big old rock. I hate that part. Oh, that fucker's deep. Didn't bottom. Feels good. Feeling a little deflection off the front. I think I might want to soften the compression damping. Look at me pretending I know anything about suspension. Oh! Oh yeah, she'll off the front. Hot damn! Yeah, the 300L will not do that. You just have to hit it at the right speed. This does backfire and pop a little bit on D-cell. I don't know if that's bad. I've said before, but I'm carb-tarded. Trail blogger, if you watch this, you're a carb wizard. Is that bad? Since you won't come out here and ride with me, the least you could do is give me some feedback. You son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Oh yeah! Oh, it feels so good. This bike is awesome. I'll be honest, I really did not expect to like it this much. I had a bias that I really thought the 300L was hands down going to be the bike I enjoyed more. I may be more influenced than I should just by the color of this thing. I love the Suzuki yellow. Admittedly, that's part of why I drove hours out of town to get it. It just looks so pretty. I don't like the standing position. One other thing I'd probably need to add is bar risers. These are a little too low. Makes it very uncomfortable to try to stand. I like the way first gear feels. It is a little tall, but tons of climbing power, and I feel like I can maintain a decent speed still. Here it's a little tricky if I don't start feathering the clutch when I really want to go slow, but make sure no one's coming. So yeah, I got to feather a little bit if you really slow down. But I like having the tractor factor and still a decent speed. Okay, what am I doing? 18 miles an hour. Let's wait for these guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, we're getting started on a hill. That's always a little tricky. Come on, baby. Yeah. I guess I should have kept going and let them stop. Yeah, the standing position is very awkward. I don't like it at all. The bars need to be much higher, and I need bigger foot pegs. Here's the steepest, loosest section right here. Summertime, that gets to be a real bitch. Turns into moon dust, gets super loose. Gotta tell you though, I'm really pleased so far how good this thing feels out here. This is dope. Yeah man, a properly tuned carb feels great. I'll be going up in elevation here. I don't think enough to matter. I'll never go over 5,000 feet. Oh yeah, this baby goes! Shortcut Mario Kart. Oh yeah, I'm glad I took it. Oh shit. Look at that. Pretty cool. This DRZ400 is the perfect amount of power for me. Not so much I'm going to get into trouble or it tires me out, but enough to be fun. It would be nice to have a little more snap, and I think that's where a FCR pumper carb would come into play, if I understand it correctly. That right off idle, when you here you can feel it kind of has to get going with the vacuum carb. I think the pumper carb would have a more immediate hit. That would be fun, but I don't know if it's $1,000 fun, because this thing already runs really good. I don't think I could justify the cost just for the extra hit. Not yet anyway. Maybe if I end up keeping it a while, I'll inevitably get the upgrade bug, because It's just the kind of person I am. Yeah, this one kind of has to spin up, but that's probably good for my current skill level. Keep me from getting into trouble. This is just enough. It's fun, but not crazy. Plenty fast enough to get you in trouble. I fucking love this DRZ. Holy shit, it's so fun.
Hail to the king, baby.
Well, the ride's not even over yet, but I can tell you this. I'm going to be selling the CRF300L. This thing is a blast, and it still feels good on the street. I know a lightweight KTM Beta is probably not going to feel good on the street. If I'm wrong about that, then maybe I would end up selling this one too, but I'd keep this for more 50-50 rides. Get the Enduro for just coming out here. But yeah, the 300L is going to go. This is more fun for what I want to do. I'm surprised, but there's no question for me right now. I'm having a blast. Thanks, Hal, you son of a gun. This thing's fun. Enjoy your new Versus 650. Those are sweet bikes too. I wonder what a bike that weighs 60 pounds less is going to feel like, because this feels good. There's only one way to find out. I don't know anyone with a bike like that, and if I did, they probably wouldn't let me ride it. So like right there, it'd be nice if it punched a little harder right away. Yeah, who am I kidding? If I keep this, I'm going to get a pumper carb. God damn it. As you can see, there's Mount Shasta straight ahead. Probably looks tiny on the camera because we're in wide angle. Looks pretty big from where I'm standing. Here's Lake Shasta. There's the dam down there. That's where I was a little while ago at the base of it. It's the main staging area. That's some harbor, some other harbor. Shows you what I know. Lassen out that way. Here's the bridge, I-5 going over the lake. Well, let's see if I can think of anything else to say about this DRZ that might be useful. Feels great to ride. People complain about the geometry and stuff. I don't know. I don't get it. Feels fine to me. I mean, I need to adjust the handlebar height and bigger foot pegs and shit, but you got to do that on every bike. Most of us do. Set it up for yourself. People say it feels top heavy. I don't know. I don't feel that either. I'm sure it's a heavy bitch to pick it up, but I wouldn't say it feels top heavy. Even going up to more technical stuff, I didn't notice that. I'm sure it will be if I put a bigger tank on here and you have more weight sitting up high, but also seems true of most bikes. Suspension's great. As far as I know, this is just the stock suspension. I don't feel any need to change it, even if my dad bod. It wasn't bottoming on the water bars, and I'm not going to do any bigger jumps than that. Woohoo! The motor is awesome. Feels really good. Perfect amount of power for me. Even the stock seat doesn't seem bad. Maybe my ass is just getting used to seats. I used to be into mountain biking and I used to sit on a tiny little hard ass plank, so some seats have definitely bothered me on the 450L. Even with a seat concept seat, it still was just unbearable after a little while. The Rally stock seat is actually pretty good. I had already put in an order for a seat concept seat, but I honestly wonder if I really needed it. What else? The gearing is good. I like it. You got to feather. First gear is pretty tall, so you have to feather a little bit in the super technical stuff, but for dual sport usage, I like the spread. It's low enough for out here, for what I ride anyway, and I don't feel like I'm wringing its neck at highway speeds. I don't feel like I'm revving this any harder than the 300L, even though this only has 5 speeds. Back brake is great. Front brake I'm not super happy with. Oh, I guess if I want to nitpick, the buttons on the dash are a little counterintuitive and not real easy to use, but whatever, they work. I like that it has a digital display at least. I prefer those over analog. A fuel gauge would definitely be nice. Gear indicators are nice, but definitely not necessary. It's not something I'd pay extra for. I just can't believe how impressed I am by this DRZ. For me and what I want to do, it's definitely the better bike. So I was kind of wondering, you know, why did I buy this? I already had a good bike. Is it really worth comparing them? Blah blah blah, you know, questioning myself as I often do, second guessing myself I should say, but I'm so glad I did. So now I realize that, yeah, this is the better bike for me. But I wouldn't have known without buying and riding both. If I'd only bought this one, I would have been wondering about the CRF300L the whole time. Now I know. And someone else is going to learn from my, I don't want to call it a mistake. I don't view it as a mistake. Someone else is going to benefit from my very expensive lesson, because they're going to get a really nicely set up 300L with barely any miles on it, just barely broken in. Set up rather tastefully, if I say so myself. I washed it after every ride. I've lubed and cleaned the chain frequently. I followed all torque specifications on everything. I'm very OCD about stuff. Yep, and that's why we gotta be careful. Guy's going full fucking Mario Kart. Power slide. Don't blame him, it looks fun as shit. Just don't ram me, bro. Another reason I like yellow. Probably invest in a LED headlight for this thing too. Every little bit helps. I don't plan to ride at night at all, but even just for daytime visibility. Oh, that was a big one. Still didn't bottom. Yep, we're golden. There we go. There's the Banshee, bro. Gotta get some footage of this for Trail Blogger. That guy is a ripper. I can't keep up with that. Sorry, Trail Blogger. Smells good. Smell-o-vision. I just ate that guy's dust. Literally. Standing feels fucking horrible. I hate this position. Have I mentioned that already? I have to order some foot pegs and bar risers immediately. Well, I think I'm out of words. Just gonna enjoy the rest of the ride. If you stuck around this long, thanks for joining me today. I absolutely love this DRZ. I am definitely going to list the 300L Rally though. I think interest will be high. They are an awesome bike. I hope I haven't tainted the perception of it for anybody. I'm just trying to be honest and purely from my unique perspective, not from like this bike in general. I'm not a moto journalist. I'm not just reviewing the bike on its own merits. I'm talking about it from what I am looking for and want as just an average Joe weekend warrior. So take anything I say with a large grain of salt. But I definitely give both of these bikes a big thumbs up. They're both awesome in their own right. This is the better bike for me. So I plan to sell the 300L Rally and buy a lightweight Enduro for just coming out here and turning this into a 50-50 machine. I mean, it basically already is. I don't need to do much else. A bigger gas tank, maybe a seat, and the stuff I already talked about for ergonomics. That's my thinking as of this moment. Anyway, thanks for watching. Well, now we're slowing down. This guy's looking for something. Doesn't know how to use a turn signal though. Cause I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole.